Well, we'll do this on my phone. I had hoped to do it on the computer because it's a lot more comfortable, but thank you guys for joining our broadcast. I'm about 15 minutes late. I apologize for that. It just wouldn't go live on my computer, but it's live on the phone. So thank you for being with me today on our Sunday service. And we're doing this. I'm doing this from the comfort and warmth of my home. And I just hope and pray that each and every one of you is also warm and cozy and well nourished in the comforts of wherever it is that you're staying. Because it's pretty icy outside. Right now, the current temperature outside is 21 degrees. So for here, that's pretty cold. But as my daughter and I were talking about it, the weather, at least we're getting winter over with in 1 week. And then next week is going to be up in the 50s. It's going to be wonderful. I can't wait. So anyway, so our Sunday service today, and I'm so grateful for technology that we can still have this today. And I just want to thank Cheryl for holding down the fort at the home center for all of us so that it's all there and cozy and ready for us to return on Wednesday. Should be Wednesday evening service should be good. And before I get into the prayer and the message, I also want to remind everybody that we still need donations, and paypal.me/home spiritual center is the place that you can send a donation. So even though we're in the comforts of our home, we still have a facility to maintain. So thank you so much for your love and your support for our center. So I want to start out today with an opening prayer. So I just want to pray that everyone is comfortable, everyone is well nourished, that everyone is enjoying the warmth and the people that they're with today, and for the duration of the time that we're indoors. And I pray that everybody is using this opportunity to nourish their soul and to grow and to continue to be delighted in the events of what's happening around them. And let us just be with that. And thank you. Amen. All right. And as I was saying that, I was thinking about how much we are enjoying the birds. And I'm seeing that a lot of other people are posting on Facebook how much they're enjoying the birds. So the birds are out there and reminding us to just be in the moment. And I think that's maybe what this is about as well. All right. So my message today is seek truth and speak truth. And as I was thinking about this message and what to bring for you today, I was wondering what the theme of the year is for this year. So of course, as we all do, when we have a question, we go to the God with a little g called Google and search to see what came up. And so what I found was a Christian school's website. And they were talking about how they explore a different theme every year. Feedback keeps stopping. Oh, the feed keeps stopping. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do about that. Because I'm on my phone and I should have good reception, so I apologize for that. So anyway, so I found this Christian website and they talked about what theme they explore each year. And apparently the theme that they picked this year is seek truth, speak truth. And I thought, man, I really like that. That really resonated with me. And it resonated with what I'm hearing people who are making predictions about what this year has in store. And they derived this from the Psalm 119:10. And it says, I see you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. And they also got it from John 1:4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in truth. And so now I want to stop. And before you guys roll your eyes and say, I think this is going to be too religious for me, or too religious for my blood, just hold on for a minute. We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So let's explore what this means to us in our language, in our thoughts, and in our thinking patterns. So one thing I know about truth is that it's not static. truth changes based on the knowledge of what we have and based on our time and place in our development, in our growth process, on our time on earth. And my truth today is different than it was a year ago, and I'm sure that is the case for you as well. My knowledge has grown and my understanding is broader. So what I thought was truth a year ago is not the truth that I believe today. And that is the truth. When someone gets locked into a particular notion about their truth, or they're going off the rail about a truth, I encourage them to step back and to hold it in grace, because there might be so much more than what we can see today. There is a truth of what we see and hear, and that's true. We can hear things, we see things, we know that's the truth because we witnessed it and we heard it for ourselves. But there's also a spiritual truth that is a higher truth that's playing out behind the scenes. Or, so to speak, it's playing out behind the scenes. It's behind what we see and can hear and know with our normal senses, but we might know it with our sixth sense. An example of this was many years ago. Joe was changing the custody status of his kids, and all we had to go through was a grueling process. We had to go through psychological examinations, we had to go through copious questions, we had to write essays, we had to get written stuff from a bunch of people, and it was very expensive. There was a course through the process that's never fun, so there's lots of anger and frustration that was experienced on all parties. And after it was all over, and I was feeling deep into this situation, I was really pondering what was really the meaning of all of this. What was the whole situation that went down in this regard? And suddenly I saw this higher truth emerge from all of what we went through. And it was really beautiful. And I actually wound up writing a letter to the psychologist that had to do all these examinations and thanking him, because now I saw the outcome. Even though I don't think it was him personally that led it, I think Spirit led it, but it still really moved me. And I saw how the process made all the players work for better communication. They had to get past some of the notions of what each party held about the other. And there are many other situations in that event, but in the outcome of it all, it was better for the children, and they had a better quality of lives because the grown-ups had a better quality with each other. And that was really what it was all about anyway. So there was the truth of the immediate situation, which was not pleasant, and there was the spiritual truth of what was really happening from Spirit's perspective. One of the basic moral principles that we try to teach our children is to be honest and truthful. So it's an important part of our human experience. It's an important part of how we stay in cooperation with each other. You know, our humanity, the survivorship, is based on cooperation, not survival of the fittest. And honesty and truth is a large part of that cooperation with each other. Non-truths usually start with either the need to survive or to get our needs met. Or greed, meaning to gain something that is not equitable, or to manipulate another person for things that don't belong to them. And those are people, you know, that do the non-truth. I know that there's pathological cases, but that's not a part of what the topic is today. It's just in general living and general relationships with ourselves, the divine, and each other. So our world today is so full of people trying to gain what isn't theirs. Oh, spammers are a good example. Don't we just get so frustrated with them? Because on the other end, there's just somebody trying to get something out of somebody's pocket that doesn't belong to them. So also huge corporations, our politicians are really good examples. But somehow we've lost as a general rule, many people have lost their basic moral standard for honesty and telling of the truth. And I don't even know what is true anymore, especially when it comes to the news. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not true, or information about the world. It's really confusing. But what I believe is happening is we are being driven to go within to find our own truth, to find that higher truth. While it might be there are many atrocities happening in the world. I mean, that part is true. There are many atrocities happening in the world. But in order to maintain our spiritual balance, we have to go within and we have to seek the center of our own truth. And this is a different truth than the truth of the news. This is the truth of our relationship with the divine, the truth of our place in the world, our part in the world, our talents and skills that we came into this world with to make a difference in the chaos. And as a light worker, we came here to help make this transition to a better world. While the old world is falling apart, and there is a lot of chaos because the old world's falling apart, but we all came here to be a part of this. We came here to guide the new programs of truth. Not only is every system that humanity created is breaking down right now and changing, but interestingly enough, the planet is too. I looked up how many volcanoes are erupting right now on the planet, because every time I see some clip about what's happening around the world, there's a new volcano. Did you know that there are 47 active volcanoes right now on planet Earth? It just staggered my mind to realize how active our planet is. So it made me also appreciate that even Mother Earth is changing her structure. Some volcanoes are just belching, and some are creating new land masses. And I just thought how interesting it is, we as spirits animating our earthly body, during the process of being here on Earth. I wonder if Mother Earth isn't leading the way to a new structure, or if the chaos humans are creating is affecting her. Or is it the Earth and the humans are in this transition together? I don't really know. It's just an interesting thing for me to ponder right now. The verse that is stated in the beginning of this seek truth, speak truth, it says, I see you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. So to me, this speaks about our heart should be filled with gratitude. But more importantly, in the second part, do not let me stray from your command, says to me, my understanding of that, or my interpretation of that from my point of view, is don't let me forget my part in the world. Don't let me forget that I said yes. I'm going in with a mission and a purpose. Going in meaning descending down into earth, into matter. And don't let me forget my higher truth. Don't let me become selfish and greedy and only self-serving. Don't let me forget I have come here to contribute, fully equipped with strengths and talents to make a contribution to the changes that are happening. Don't let me forget that I came here to be a part of the world that we live in. Don't let me forget my personal power and my power of prayer, my power of meditation, and my power of visualization, and my power to give. So this might make you think that I'm talking about going out and saving the whole world and easily becoming discouraged because the needs are so vast. But that isn't what I'm talking about. Our contribution can be small and mighty, one person at a time, one organization at a time, one donation of time and talent at a time. Every difference you make has a rippling effect that resonates out to the next person, and we all know that principle of the rippling effect. And you're not a failure because you only helped one person today. That is a huge success. So go within and connect with your higher truth, that angelic guidance, and ask, how can I be of service today? That is a truth that has a much higher vibrational frequency than anything you're going to hear on the news. Don't you think? Man. So your answers might be that you get from Spirit is just to meditate today. Allow your vibration of love and harmony to be your broadcast to the world. It might be that today you will cross paths with that person, that someone that really needs us to smile, or a kind word. It might be an organization that needs a few more dollars. It might be a person reaching out for a healing treatment. These might seem like small deeds and actions, but really and truly the rippling effect is huge. Seek truth, speak truth might be the theme for the Christian school, but it seems to be the theme for humanity this year as well. As I said before, the folks making predictions for this year are in general saying the same message. So I found it ironic that the psychic, intuitive messengers, the astrologers, and even the Christian school are all coming down to the same message about truth. It's just not ironic, but it is ironic. It's just very interesting how we all are on the same path. It doesn't matter what your particular belief is. So let each of us stand firm in our own higher truth of empowerment, a peaceful heart, and keeping our sights on how we can each make a difference to raise the vibration of love on our planet. And I hope that this message lands with some of you, lands with you in your heart, and that you know that no matter how small of a contribution we make, how small of a thing that we seem to be being asked to do, that you can and will make a difference in this world, and it will be a beautiful difference. So I love you all very much, and I'm so grateful that we could be together in this form of technology today. So without all the in-person stuff, and we still are so blessed that we can do this. So with a closing prayer, I just want to say in deep gratitude for each one of you, deep gratitude for who will be watching this broadcast, that I really pray that it touches your heart, that it reaches into your soul, and that you know that you are of deep value on this planet, that just being here, being in a loving heart, being in a positive space is the contribution that needs to be made during this time of chaos and change, and that each one of us is truly changing the world just by being who we innately are as a soul expression. And we can be so grateful that we have each other to remind each other of our awesomeness, and that we can continue to make the world a better place, and a place that we want to be in our tomorrows. And let it be so. Amen. All right. So appreciate each and every one of you. It's a really short broadcast to get today, but at least we get to have one. I'm just so grateful. All right, you all. Thank you so much, and I look forward to being with you again. Love you all. Bye.